Hi, everybody. Susan Marco here. So, I want to share a story with you. I was actually having a conversation earlier with a colleague of mine and a friend. She's a dear friend, actually. And, we were talking about, I forget how we got there, but we were talking about connection and how, for me, connection is actually one of my top 5 values and something that it's a need for me. It's something really important. And, um, on the flip side of that, I spent a lot of time in my life feeling lonely. Even when I was with people, I felt lonely. And, maybe that's a life lesson, maybe that, whatever it is, it was something that was present for me a lot. And some of you know that I lived in a house when we moved in, we were 11 adults. And when I moved out, we were 5 adults. So a lot of changes. It was 10 years that we were there. And that's a whole other story, which, if you want to hear more about that, let me know and I'll share some of that with you as well. But the point is that I didn't, a lot of my needs were met living with all those people. I didn't often have an opportunity to feel lonely. And so when I moved out from there, it was a big deal. And I was really scared and nervous. How am I going to do it? How am I going to manage? How am I going to not feel lonely? And I moved out in January, and it occurred to me as the summer was coming, June is my birthday month, and I decided, rather than waiting for other people to, acknowledge or validate that, or, do something to take care of me. Hi, Terry. Rather than waiting for somebody else to figure that out, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to set myself up so that I don't feel lonely. And so I threw myself a big party. And it was fun because I was living on the ocean at the time. I was living on Ocean Avenue across the street from the boardwalk. And I was in a duplex house, and my landlord was doing construction. So I was downstairs and there was a tenant upstairs. And in the back, when you walked out, there was a deck. And on the side of the deck was the wall of the addition that the landlord was putting on there. And it was covered in Tyvek paper, that construction paper. And I thought, well, if I have a party, we're going to be back there mostly. So what can I do? Well, I hung up a king-size white sheet, and I put markers out, and I wrote on the sheet, "Happy birthday to me." And I invited all my guests to write messages to me. And I'll tell you what, it was really cool. It was really magical and really fun. And it was a big lesson for me because I took the bull by the horns. I took responsibility for myself and said, you know what? I'm not going to leave it. I'm not going to be a leaf at the mercy of the wind. I'm going to, take care of myself and create those connections. And in the process, one of the things that I noticed was my friends would come, and people would run into each other who hadn't seen each other in a while, and they would say, "Oh, it's so good to see you. I've missed you." And I'd walk by hearing little snippets of conversation like that. And so not only was I creating connection for myself, but I was creating connection for other people as well. And it was, I just had such a profound effect on me. I could actually get emotional thinking about it because it was magical. And what was really cool was the following year, several of my friends were calling me up saying, "Are you having your party again? Like, you're going to have another party?" And so I kind of fell into a groove with that. And no matter where I lived, for those, following however many years it was until I met my husband, and we still have parties, by the way. But yeah, I threw a party every year, and it was very cool and really a lot of fun. And so, I just want to invite you to take a look at what do you need? And how can you take action to fill your own needs, not expecting other people to figure that out or to fill those needs for you, but to notice and, be aware of what is it that I need and how can I go about meeting that need. So I'll leave you with that. I'm sure I will jump on here again before Christmas and all the, mayhem of the weekend and the holiday. But for now, I wish you a beautiful evening. And Terry, thanks for hanging out and watching the whole thing. And I'll see you soon. And love you. Mwah.